There you go. A couple of you wanted cameos from the boys. That would be Bags. That would be Buzz. So at least that's got them out of the way. It's actually quite a nice day today. And the idea is that I've just gotten myself a new inner tube for my bike. And as part of Bye Bye Comic Book Guy, I'm going to be heading out. And enjoying the sunshine, but not today, because today other things take precedence. Right, good morning. It is 107 days to San Diego Comic-Con. It is the 8th of April 2014, and we have some rather big events happening today. So I thought I'd check in very quickly and let you know what you can expect of what is being called Hotelmageddon. Now, this is the reserved hotel rooms, which is put together by Comic-Con International and travel planners. It's pretty much the majority of the hotel rooms in downtown and surrounding San Diego. It's a way for attendees to get accommodation relatively cheap compared to the standard prices of the hotel rooms. If you actually do check on their website for hotel prices during the week of Comic-Con, they know that there's a captive audience in town. They know that there's people wanting to attend, and they know that there's a price hike available, and they price accordingly. Hotelmageddon, I'm going to stop calling it that. The hotel sale is a way for Comic-Con International to make life a little bit easier for attendees to get hotel rooms and also to get them at an affordable price. However, 130,000 people descending on San Diego and only a selective number of beds and floors to camp on. And so, while not the absolute bloodbath that the badge sale can be, it's still a minefield. Now, this hotel sale takes place at 9 a.m. Pacific, midday Eastern, and for us here in the UK, it's 5 p.m. GMT. Now, this has gone out already, or the links have gone out already in emails from San Diego Comic-Con. So everyone should be getting themselves prepared. There is a hotels page on the Comic-Con website giving full listings of the prices and rooms available on the Englishman.com website. There's also a conversion page as well. I've put on there as of Saturday afternoon what the British pound conversion would be per night of those rooms, just to give you an idea of what kind of ballpark prices we could be looking at. And yes, those numbers are real. Per night, they can still be a little bit pricey, but them's the breaks, unfortunately. So, some hints and tips about what you can expect, and also the choices that you can make in the hotel sale today. Well, first things first, the endless debate about which is better, downtown San Diego or a little bit further afield in Mission Valley or even Old Town. The debate has been slightly alleviated in the last couple of years with the introduction of the free shuttle service that's been put on by Comic-Con International and the city of San Diego, providing free bus service throughout the town, and indeed from the hotels. I think there's only like 4 hotels that don't actually or aren't actually covered by the free shuttle service. So getting around San Diego is actually not that much of a burden. It also means that while in years gone by, you may have wanted to stay a little bit closer to downtown, certainly to get access to the convention center and also the nightlife as well. So you're a little bit closer to the action. At least with the shuttle service, that question has been kind of dampened a little bit, because at least you have access to all the facilities free of charge. That service also runs 24 hours. It runs from the Wednesday of the convention all the way through to Sunday. So that's a fantastic service that's been put on by Comic-Con International. Yes, it can be a little bit easier to stay downtown if there's a couple of priorities that you want to keep in mind. Number one, if you're a exclusives collector, if you go in on preview night or indeed the con in general and you buy yourselves armfuls of bits and pieces, or indeed if you're just going in and collecting swag and you're not wanting to drag the bags around, having a hotel downtown is a little bit more convenient to just stow your bits and pieces. And of course, if you are wanting to get nice and early to the lines, if you're queuing up for, say, Hall H or Ballroom 20, or even just the convention in general, it may be advantageous to you to be a little bit closer. Of course, that's offset by the idea that if you're going to be in the queues nice and early anyway, then why spend a lot of money on a hotel room that you're not really going to be seeing the inside of? So that's another thing to keep in consideration. And last but not least, there's also cosplayers. If you are wearing something very elaborate, very bulky, with lots of sharp edges, then travelling too far and walking long distances may not be your cup of tea. So cosplayers may want to stay a little bit closer to the convention centre and have hotel rooms in downtown. And something else I completely forgot as well. There are 1 or 2 people that actually go to Comic-Con to see the celebrities. And of course, the companies aren't wanting to keep their talent too far away from the con itself. So they do book them rooms and suites in the hotels nice and close to the convention centre, such as the Hilton Bayfront, Hilton Gaslamp, the Omni, the Hard Rock is always popular. Indeed, the Hard Rock hosts the Entertainment Weekly party up on their balcony patio, which has been known to attract a fair amount of talent from their shows, from various shows across the channels. So, let's see what the procedure is. It's slightly different to the badge sale, whereas the badge sale is over 500,000 people descending on the website at once. The Travel Planners site does things slightly different. They open up the doors just like everyone else, but it's a little bit more of a soft open in that it's not first come, first served. It's a little bit of a mystery how they actually arrange their hotel rooms. The idea being that this year you get to choose 6 hotel rooms or 6 hotels, and in preferential order from the top down which hotel ideally you'd like to stay at. These forms are then submitted to travel planners, and either a mixture of random choice or first come first served, these rooms are allocated to attendees. Excuse me, I've got something in my eye there. Yes, it would be my finger. So the popular rooms obviously are the ones that are a little bit closer to the convention centre and downtown. I'll list these, the top 6 down at the bottom, but obviously the headlines are the Omni, the the Hard Rock Hotel. The Hard Rock has gotten itself a little bit of a strange reputation, actually. Some of the rooms are considered constructed rather thin walls, so anything that happens in the hotel, such as the nightclub and the bars that happen down on the first and second floor, apparently you can hear that noise and ruckus going off throughout the hotel. But if you're a younger convention attendee, or if you're high on adrenaline of that kind of excitement, then you're not really going to notice. And of course, the con can take it out of you, so you may just sleep through it anyway. Great hotel and a lot of fun, apparently, and certainly something to keep in mind with that one. I have stayed at pretty much every different type of accommodation since my since I started in 2010. Like I say, I'm a relative newbie to all of this, but I've done the various options. In 2010, I stayed at a hotel right at the top of downtown, which was at the time the Holiday Inn. But I believe it's been bought and changed hands now, so it's a different owner now. That was in 2010. It was a 45-minute walk. It was downhill, and it's got to be said, it was something that for the first year, it was an ideal place to stay. Because it was our first year, we were excited, and we were able to save some money because we booked the hotel using some points that my new wife, my then new wife, Caroline, had saved. So it was booked third party. The year after, we went in for the hotel sale and stayed at the Hilton Gaslamp, which was an amazing hotel and very close to the convention centre. The only downside is that we were, at that time, the kind of people that got into the queue for Hall H nice and early, and we barely saw it. So to spend £250 plus $250, so it was something like $189 a night on a hotel room we barely saw the inside of, we actually felt was a bit of a poor choice for us to make. So we decided not to do that again. And for 2012 and 2013, we hooked up with some fellow con attendees and condo shared. This is something that I recommend, not only just for condos, but for any of the hotel rooms. Do try and get as many bodies in the room as possible. It keeps the cost down because you're sharing the costs of the room per night, but also it adds a sense of camaraderie to the thing. Do check out the forums on Friends of CCI, and also on the UK attendees group. There's a thread that's currently going of condo sharing. It's somewhere to put your bags, it's somewhere to have a shower, and it's somewhere to pitch your tent, so to speak. But it's certainly somewhere to... I'm trying to think of a way of wording this, because you're not really going to be spending a great deal of time there. So while a lot of people are going to be looking at these convention centre rooms, it's not exactly going to be somewhere that you're going to be focusing on. The focus should be on the convention itself and the panels, which will be announced a month to a couple of weeks before San Diego Comic-Con itself in July. I don't want to ramble on too long. We're coming up to 15 minutes, so I'll make this quick and wrap this up, because obviously the hints and tips really quickly. Number one, make a list of the hotels that you feel that you want to stay at. Start at consider budget, consider distance, but choose the ones that you feel suit you the best, and have those to hand for when the form opens at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Pacific, midday Eastern, and 5 p.m. GMT. Also, consider what you're wanting to do at San Diego Comic-Con. Is sleeping going to be a priority for you? Is sleeping in a hotel going to be a priority for you? At which point you can then kind of consider the pros and cons of each hotel. That's the bells. Another piece of headline that's just come out of the last couple of days is the news that Conan O'Brien is going to be hosting a live run of his shows at San Diego Comic-Con 2015. Now, this is going to be between the 8th and the 13th, he says, of July 2015. Now, this is something that wasn't actually nailed down in the convention center calendar, but the other weeks were booked by other conventions. So it was kind of soft penciled. It was kind of the assumption that those were going to be the dates for 2015. With this announcement by Conan via a press release on coming from his studio TBS, this seems to have now been nailed down. So we can all start planning for flights, and indeed, if you want to start booking hotel rooms this early for 2015, that's July the 8th. Now, for us UK attendees, this is actually quite good news, because we can also start thinking not so much about trying to bag tickets for Conan O'Brien, which, okay, we may have seen him crack funny on YouTube every once in a while, and yes, we may want to see some major celebrities, which will be in town anyway, attending his show. But certainly for me, my priority is 4 days before, is the 4th of July. And if you've not been to the States, and if you've not experienced Independence Day with the Yanks, they do throw on one hell of a party. So the hotel sale kicks in today at 5 p.m. for us here in the UK, which means in about 7 hours' time, you should have had all your paperwork and all your forms filled out for the hotel sale. Best of luck. Hope you land the room that you want. Hope you land a room. Don't consider it the be all and end all, because there are other options if you don't land the hotel room that you want. Always look for condo rooms, Airbnb. Always think of other options that you can take. Best of luck, and I'll speak to you again in a couple of days' time as I upload another episode of Bye Bye Comic Book Guy. I'm going to go and fix the inner tube on my bike now. Well, it's a way to spend a Tuesday. Take care.